we are on another road trip. Dad and I got back, we did 1,000 miles on Sunday, heading to Colorado to pick up for day one. Now we're heading to the southern part of Colorado on more like an 800-mile trip. It's Wednesday. We just went through Moab. We stopped to see Rory, the trail mater, and nobody was there. They were all closed, so we'll catch them next time. But we've got Saturday. They're going to be at the Offroad Expo, Off-Road and Outdoor Expo at Southtown Expo Center. We're going to be there Friday and Saturday, so come by, check us out. We've got a booth. We'll catch them there and talk to them. We'll be coming back through this way, but not till like 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. So we will stop in Monticello, fuel up, get something to eat, and then it's about another hour-and-a-half drive to where we're going. And we'll show you the cool project we're picking up there. We've got our old 85 tow truck on the trailer behind us. I don't know if you can see that out the back window. We are trading that for a new project, so we'll see that in a few minutes. That's a fun looking rig.
And I think he wants us to go down this way.
Yep. Yeah, he's got a few of them.
The one in the far corner is probably it.
No. Well, maybe. No, it's not it. It's got a track off, and the track is rolled up and in the back of it.
He has ADHD too. Automotive dismantling and hoarding disorder. Oh, there's a nice one over there.
That's the one we're getting.
I like this truck.
Yeah, that's nice. Got Land Cruiser up there.
Well, nice to meet you guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
freaking
I'm
A, man.
Ben.
Andy.
This is Phil.
Yeah,
Phil.
my son Isaac.
Yeah.
Isaac?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
So,
Nice to meet you too.
but safe travels, huh?
Yeah. Just.
Heck yeah. Well, right on. This is the beast, huh?
Yep.
A little bit of rust, but that's
Little bit.
So honestly, this aluminum bed will eventually end up on that Cummins.
Oh, God.
I've got all the parts to make that a four-wheel drive. That only has 79,000 original miles. And Cummins swapped the world. This is a Cummins. I've got a YJ with a Cummins. I have an Excursion with a Cummins. One of my Tuckers is a Cummins. I think I'm at 8 or 9 12 valves, and then a newer one. But anyway, see how these fronts are flat, so they can lose the tension, and the tracks get loose. Well, you could probably just tube it. I was just going to do new tires and tubes. But yeah, foam fill them would be ideal. It's nice to keep the bigger ones pneumatic because you don't have much suspension. That's about all your suspension, you know.
Yeah.
But I would try to do solid foam in the front, or just, you know, put new ones on there. And then I actually put this battery in there out of one of my other vehicles to start it for you. So if I can keep this battery, but if not, no big deal. Because we don't really. Depending on. But like I said, that video. Did you see the video where I started it?
Yeah.
I hadn't started it since. Oh, I didn't even hook up the battery. But that was the first time I started it since last summer. So. Yeah. Oh, and so I don't want to forget to tell you. Wow. That's how I figured out. When I got this thing, it's like, yeah, it won't turn left. So you put on the brake line. So fix that brake line. Fix these. Put that track track back on and weld a few of those grouser bars. And then it'd be kind of cool to see a little toe set up on the back of this thing. I'm kind of actually excited to see what you do with it. On this, I just sat there yesterday because I don't know if someone stole that cap while I was sitting in the field or not. I have one somewhere. But,
So it might have water in the tank?
no, I don't think that's the gap, unless that's 2 tanks. But I don't think they were using both tanks.
Yeah, it's a fuel tank.
Okay.
Looks like it pulls out of both of them.
Somewhere I
I
have.
wonder if they equalize between them. Oh, here's the cap down here.
Oh, the nice thing about this being a Ford is, you know, a lot of those parts are, and it's been rebuilt, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. The Ford parts are so easy to get and so easy to work on. And I like that it has the back seat.
Yeah.
Because you still have all this, but what I wanted to do is add a door back here, even if it was a 3-door, because you can see it's just kind of, they didn't make it.
Oh, it's not a
flip seat, so you got to climb over the seat every time. So if you made a door there, now we're doing another roof. I like the roof hatch over there. My brother drove his cycle onto our pond and fell through the ice one winter, and he didn't have a roof hatch, but he got out of the doors in time, but he got lucky with it. But yeah, he fell through the ice.
This is close to here.
Go slow.
I think it'll make it.
Yep.
What do you think? Hold on. Let's do the rocket. That's a nice truck. Passenger, little, there we go. You gotta flip those ramps down, so that's probably good. Looking good.
So this track is really loose because this front tire, so it's not pushing this track up like it's supposed to be, so there's no tension. So it was binding, folding over and getting caught up under here. So we fired it up and started giving a little bit of pressure, and that was able to pull the track around, get it straightened out, and then it's coming up fine. But you can see how loose it is. So we've got several tires to fix, and then some of the pieces on the track that'll need repaired. Some of these pieces, but overall it's pretty good. We're gonna winch. It's a little bit farther over that way than we want, so we're gonna use his tow truck and pull on the front so that it'll work its way over this way as it winches up. Probably right about there. I'll just leave this hooked up and we'll tie it down.
Yeah, that's what I usually do.
I'm gonna take a walk and look at some goodies out here.
Look at the old guy run.
Nice old tractor. Power wagon pulling a horse trailer. Looks like a cab to a Snowcat. Look at that old Dodge. Internationals. Now it looks like it'll get around. Four independent. And it's had a lot of parts taken off it. Cool body. That looks like it was built for speed. There's a grooming. Yeah, but look at that. Looks like a Land Cruiser body they put on the back of that. Yeah, a little breezeway there, but
Or you want to go down there and look
Yeah,
at the power wagon spot?
I'll shut this off.
I got pictures down there already.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I haven't been up there yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that 48 Power Wagon down there that you saw with the tractor tires, that's the one we went all the way outside of Elko, Nevada to get a few years ago. It's also on my YouTube channel when we loaded it.
Yeah.
But I want it to be an off-road wrecker with probably a 12 valve.
Nice.
But yeah. That's a 73 FJ40, but it's actually a factory soft top, which is kind of rare.
Yeah, that's cool.
Factory soft top. Wow.
Just drove that yesterday to pick up the kids at school in that 48 Chrysler Windsor. That's a Highlander edition Windsor, so
48 Windsor.
So you have a torque converter and a clutch. So it looks like a 3 on the tree. It'll mess with you because it looks like a 3 on the tree, but you have a low and a high. So you can come to a stop sign or stoplight and not have to push in the clutch.
That's crazy.
You just use the clutch to go from gear to gear.
Volkswagen had an auto manual for a few years.
Yeah. But that's all original. You can open the doors if you want, but that's all original interior and everything.
See the picture of the car seats.
Most comfortable cars I've ever sat in. But it's all original, runs and drives. And then of course you guys saw Tiny.
Yeah, this thing's awesome.
But
Beast.
yeah, the whole top comes off, doors come off.
Slow meter.
Those are the
I want one of those.
I've got that one. This is a 1960 Power Wagon. Runs and drives. And then this is a 12-valve YJ. The only thing left YJ is the body and the frame. But didn't even have to cut the firewall on this.
Wow. Yeah. That
You know, just
fits
electric
in there
fans,
nice.
no mechanical fan. You know what's
Wow.
crazy is if you didn't have the winch, you could move this grill and you could do an intercooler and a fan, but
Yeah.
don't really need it. But yeah, it's 110-inch wheelbase, so it's been stretched. The double bead lock rims, Hutchinson. Got a trade. That was a trade deal. I got 6 of these tires and rims on a trade because those aren't cheap. I found out later, but I knew I was getting a good deal, but I didn't realize how good of a deal until I did a little research. Yeah, and I call this the tow cat instead of a snow cat. It's a tow cat because it's got the actually just fix this track.
Yeah, that's the one that I would really like to have.
Yeah.
That would be ideal for what we do.
Yeah, it's nice because it's a hydraulic winch back here, so you can see where I didn't build it, someone else did, where they probably bent this having the snatch block come through the top there.
Yeah.
But sometimes you might need that height, but if you didn't need the height, you could sure pull something, you know, really good. But if you needed to pick up something or a snowcat, or sometimes it's just getting them out of the hole they're in.
Yep.
So it could certainly do a good job.
Yeah, that's ideal.
Yeah,
for what we
this is
do.
the one with the 12 valve. This is the one that Brittany always gets to drive.
Heater.
With the heater and the,
It's got a heater on
and
it.
the automatic
Stereo.
transmission. Yeah, that one's. The funny thing about that one is it's actually a little bit heavy. It does really good, but I've had winters where it'll just kind of sink depending on if the snow's had a chance to settle or not.
Oh yeah.
Because you'll notice too, like this one has 4 bogey wheels, that one has 5, and then some of them had 6. And then some of them they were even wider. Those are 2 feet wide, but then they had them that were basically another band of rubber on the inside and the outside. So, and then I have a blade for it that's off right now. I'm kind of redoing the blade.
I think I saw it over there.
Yeah, you saw the blade over there, and then. But yeah, this one being a gas, you know, it'll do just as good as this one as far as flotation. But yeah, we have fun with them. A neighbor gave me this packer, and we'll pack down a sledding hill up here. It's just last weekend, not this weekend, but the last weekend we were up here sledding. It was you know, we've only got like a foot of snow, but we've had a few storms, and it's been just a mild winter, you know.
Yeah.
So we took advantage of it, and we had one weekend of sledding just 2 weekends ago.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe. Now we have mud. So there's another one of the 12 valve, the old reliable plow truck, and then of course the Excursion with the 12 valve. I noticed you guys have some Fords in your recovery fleet.
We have an Excursion too.
That one could be for sale.
That's James. James would love something like that.
You getting that very easy?
Yeah. I have my tricks. I have to climb up the back tire and hold on to those handles.
No, I'll cut. They hold dynamite in that, huh?
Do what?
They hold dynamite in that?
Yeah, he would haul dynamite from Durango to Silverton, and this one is brand new.
Was this a flathead V8 or?
No, it's an overhead. But I think it was like a 315 poly or something. I can't remember. Almost got it to start, but it sat a little too long. I think some valves are stuck. And the interesting thing about these is the glove box is in the middle, and if you look, they built these to where you could bolt the steering column and all the pedals on either side from the factory to make it easier to do a right hand or left hand drive.
Wow.
That's why the glove box. And he ordered it with an AM stereo, which is kind of cool. And then the cool thing about this one is it was also, I got it from the same people. 1953 was the first year they put the tractor logo on them. But there was a tire shop in Durango that had tow trucks called Model Tire. It was a tow truck, brand new.
Wow.
And they had it 10 years, and then the Hills got it, these people out east of Durango, and they put this cattle box on the back of it. But I love how these hoods are, because either side is a latch and either side is a hinge, so you can either take the whole hood off or open whatever side you want.
One or the other.
But it was a tow truck, and they ordered it with the air horn and the spotlight when it was brand new, and then it was they would haul their horse or cows with it. But I gave them $1,000 for both trucks. I was really after the Dodge, and every time I walk by this International, it just kind of talks. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
You know, that patina and stuff. I wish it still was a shame they took and ground the model tire emblem off the door.
That's too bad.
But both of these were bought brand new in Durango. The titles I have for them are the original brand new titles from
That's
53 and
cool.
56.
That's way cool.
So, and these are, I have 2 of these Christie Snowcats. There's another one over there. They only made about 130 of these in the late 50s, early 60s. Volkswagen powered, all fiberglass. Actually, the bottom part I don't think is all, well, yeah.
It is. The whole
I think
thing's
there's a piece
fiberglass.
of metal on the bottom
So,
somewhere.
yeah, it's got a metal framing on the inside with fiberglass bolts to it. And then the axles are attached to that and they come out. That's pretty cool.
The neat thing about a Christie, when I was 8 or 9 years old, my best friend's dad had one and took me for a ride, and I remember riding in the back of a Christie, and I thought to myself, this is the coolest thing, someday I'm going to have a Snowcat. And then he ended up giving me that Christie Snowcat years later, and now I've had 4 of them. But Christie Snowcat is what really started this Snowcat mess for me.
That's a cool one. I like the looks of that.
But yeah, they're pretty neat, they're pretty rare. Yeah, do some research on them.
Another
Did you
Tucker.
see what the door on this one says? I sent you pictures of
Yeah, I
that.
saw that one.
Faster than a wet fart grooming. That was on a trade deal, but look at the size of the axles on that thing.
That's a beefy one.
But he told me I needed a gas tank, and then he hauled it down here from Montrose, and the engine's locked up, and hole in the bell housing on the transmission and stuff. But I've got all the parts to fix it. And this was from Montrose. It was a freebie. He loaded this thing on my trailer with a crane, and then it sat on my trailer for a few months, and then I got that tow truck I have, and that's how I unloaded this thing, by just picking up one end of it, not the whole thing, but because it didn't even have bogey wheels. So I didn't want to damage my dovetail trying to unload it, you know.
Look how fast that looks. That looks fast.
Yeah, they're
That's just a cool.
They're really neat too, because you've got this, and then you know the whole hood opens. But you could open this on a real hot day to let some of the air flow. But yeah,
Air cooled.
yeah. But most of them were Volkswagens, and some of them had a Porsche engine. You know, still a boxer style, but these are KT3s. Both of these are KT3s, but yeah, pretty rare.
So you've got a luggage rack.
Yeah.
That's cool.
This came from the ski area. You drove by a little ski area up here called Hester Ski Area. Of course, it's not open anymore, but this is what they used to groom the hills when I was a kid there learning how to ski. And the interesting thing about this is it's a Ford inline 6 Ford diesel made in England. I could throw a battery in it and it fires right up. But you ever seen a Ford diesel like that? They're kind of rare. It's a big engine, it's heavy, and it's not even a turbo, but I've had this blade down where I'm pushing snow. I'm watching snow move like 20 feet in front of me at idle, you know,
Just
because of the tracks and yeah.
yeah, one like this is way too wide for the stuff that we do, but
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
A lot of people will narrow them down by just cutting off this outer band. The problem is you're still an oversized load. So what some people do is they actually move the bogey wheels in, and then they really cut them down. And then you kind of lose the flotation a little bit. You know, they work pretty good, but these are, you know, these usually go to a ski area and they live at a ski area.
Yeah, they're better for grooming, especially the side hills and stuff like that.
Although I can tell you, I can go to the mailbox and back and I'm done plowing.
Yeah.
So, and this was another freebie, just haul it out of there, and it was with that big piston bully there. Yeah, and then I needed more seats for this one, and I had an extra FJ40 body.
Made a snow cruiser out of it.
Yeah. So it's got the back seats just like an FJ40, and then an extra seat up there, and the back doors used to be the front doors of a Land Cruiser. But
Those are a totally different style track.
this is the best flotation design, but it's a lot of maintenance. You can see all these bearings.
Yeah.
You can grease every single one of them with a needle grease attachment on your grease gun. So there's about 30 of them just right here.
Only take about 3 weeks to do.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is, I mean, if you even do all those, then you still have like 20 other grease zerks just all over the machine. But it runs and drives, it works. The other advantage of this track system is if you had to, and you're in the backcountry, you can pull this track completely off, and then the bottom of this just slides on the snow. Whereas a machine with bogey wheels, it's
They
gonna
just
sink.
dig,
You're
yeah.
stuck. So these you can still get out if you have to, depending on what all you broke. But
Yes.
I even put heated seats in here out of a Nissan Pathfinder.
Heated seats.
But,
That's a must.
It's like I said, 2 weekends ago we had snow. I about threw a battery in it and took it out there, but that was one of the first weekends I actually got to drive that Snowcat, so I didn't even get it out. And then I have all the tracks. This was a friend of mine, a good friend of mine that passed away, and he had taken it apart, and we're still looking for some of the important pieces.
Yeah.
So, but it's a pretty neat Tucker just because it's got the factory back there with the seats and stuff, and it's a smaller machine.
It's a nice
These
shape too.
Yeah, they'll fit on a car hauler trailer, whereas this has to be a deck loader, you know.
Yeah.
So it basically had the same tracks, but only half as wide as those guys. Dave Hellman.
Yes. Yeah.
I was talking to him about this tow truck, you know, because his buddy Kevin has a 4-door Chevy. I don't know if you've seen it, the one with the General Lee flag on the roof. They call it the General.
Yep.
That thing's amazing. Have you seen him off-road that thing?
We were gonna say thanks for watching and everything, but anyway, what's your YouTube channel?
It's Andy's Wildcat Ranch.
Andy's Wildcat Ranch.
Yeah.
And you've got like 20 something videos.
Yeah, there's
on
not
there.
very many videos yet. We need to do more, but there's some stuff on there from some of our stuff with Tanya and some Snowcat stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I watched a couple of them before we came.
Yeah.
It's cool. Keep posting, man.
Oh, yeah.
It'll grow.
Yeah, my editor here, she's getting better at it. And she's done pretty good. Yeah.
So you guys go check out his channel. Give him a like and subscribe on videos and help build up so that he can do more cool, fun stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll get to see it. So
Yeah, exactly.
we're going to be at the Offroad Expo in Salt Lake Friday and Saturday. So hopefully you guys can make it, and we'll see you there.